Hi everyone, my name is Mrs. Gupta, formerly Miss Hinden, and I am the college counselor here at Plainfield North. My job is to help students with anything and everything college related. I recognize that this can be a very anxious time for seniors and their families, and I am here to help. This program and the others offered throughout the year are meant to answer questions and alleviate some of that anxiety. I'm giving you a lot of information right now, but we don't expect you to memorize it. It's a tool to refer back to throughout the process. This group guidance presentation will be posted on the Plainfield North website and the College and Career website by the end of this week, so you can refer back to it whenever you need to. Some of the items I will be covering today are how to choose the colleges you will apply to, what is included in college applications, essays and recommendations, the common application, and upcoming events and dates that you should note. I first want to mention our College Resource Center, which is called the Tiger Cave. Each of you need to make this your go-to place for college questions and information. The cave is in room 300 and we will be open on Tuesdays and Thursdays during all lunch periods, and I will be in there to help you with anything you might need. In the cave, you can look at college files, resource books, use the computers to research colleges. I can edit essays you've written, and most importantly, our college visits happen in the cave. I will talk more about that later. Just make sure to go to your study hall first and get a pass before coming to the cave. The cave will officially open the Thursday after Labor Day, which is September 4th. College visits in the Tiger Cave will begin September 2nd, even though the cave doesn't officially open until the 4th. College admission counselors from colleges across the country come to Plainfield North to talk specifically to you guys about their school. These are often the individuals that are reading your college applications, so take advantage of this opportunity to ask them questions and get to know them. There are a few places you can look up the schedule of visits. They will be in the announcements each week, on the College and Career website, or on the big calendar outside of the Tiger Cave on the wall. Make sure to sign up in student services at least 24 hours before the visit and let your teachers know you will not be in class and will make up any missed work. Choosing the colleges you will apply to is all about finding the right fit. This process is unique to each of you, and what might be a great college for your friend will not necessarily be the best college for you. In order to discover what the best fit is for you, you need to do your research and consider all of your options. Consider big and small schools, schools closer to home and schools that might be further away, public and private colleges. Visiting campus is the best way to get a feel for what a school is really like, but if you can't visit, talk with colleges at local college fairs or when they visit Plain. When beginning the application process, the first thing you want to do is determine which schools you will actually be applying to. Check each application's requirements and deadlines. They are not all the same. Make sure you have a financial safety school, which might be an Illinois public university, colleges that will offer merit scholarship money, or colleges with lower tuition. You will need an email address for all of your applications, and I suggest using the school email address the district provided you with this year. When applying to college, there's no right or wrong number of applications, but between 5 and 8 is a reasonable number to apply to. You might want to consider having a couple of reach schools where admission might be more difficult, a few possible schools where you meet the college's admission requirements, and a couple of probable schools where admission is likely. Try to avoid applying to a school just because the application is easy, because you are sent a fast or free application online, or because you know you'll hear back quickly. Colleges look at a variety of things when reviewing your application. They will always look at your transcript first to see what classes you took and if you challenged yourself appropriately in high school. They will also look at your GPA and class rank to see how well you did in the courses you took. They take a look at standardized test scores, whether that is the ACT or SAT. All colleges will accept either test. They consider your letters of recommendation from your teachers and counselor. And finally, they want to know what you do outside of class, what activities you do, if you have a job, or other experiences that make you stand out. When applying to college, deadlines are by far the most important thing to pay attention to. Make it your goal to be finished with all of your applications by November 1st, the first big deadline for college applications. You will want to submit your applications even earlier than that if any of your deadlines are early action. The earlier you submit your applications, the better for several reasons. You usually have a better chance of admission, receiving scholarship money, getting accepted into any special programs or housing, and sometimes getting the chance to register for classes earlier. A good example of why it's beneficial to apply early is last year, Purdue had a priority deadline of November 15th, but around November 1st, their special programs and honors college became much more competitive to get into. There are two deadlines worth noting that are unlike regular decision deadlines. The early decision deadline means you sign a contract saying you will attend the college if you are accepted. It is an early deadline, so you apply early and find out if you are accepted early in the year. You can only apply to one school early decision, and this deadline requires signatures from you, your parents, and your counselor. There is often a bit higher chance of acceptance when applying early decision, particularly at the more selective schools. Remember though, this decision is binding, meaning you have to go. You cannot change your mind and not attend. Because of this, applying early decision means you have to be completely in love with the school to which you are applying. Each school's website that offers early decision explains their policies in more detail. Early action is also an early deadline in which you find out the admission decision early in the year. This deadline is non-binding, so if you are accepted, you do not have to attend the school. You may, in most cases, apply to more than one school early action. If a college you are applying to offers an early action deadline, definitely take advantage of it. Each college application has a number of different elements to it. You must check what each application asks for because they often do not ask for the same things. Every application can be found online on the college's website and should be completed online. You can be working on multiple elements of the application at once. It's okay for schools to receive one piece of the application earlier than others. They simply start a file and add all the pieces to that file as they receive them. Do not worry about completing any of the pieces in any particular order. In order to send a transcript, you must first complete the transcript release form. Transcripts cannot be sent until this form is submitted to Student Services. For each transcript request, you must complete a yellow transcript request form and submit that to Student Services. Transcripts will be sent starting September 2nd. Each transcript sent costs $1 unless sent electronically, like through the Common App. You do not need to send transcripts to U of I, Iowa, or Northern, or any schools that use the Common application. The Common App is an application that over 500 colleges are members of and intends to streamline the application process. You can use this application once to apply to many schools, though some schools will require supplemental materials or essays. You do not need to send your transcript to Common App schools because your counselor will upload your transcript to the application for you. The Common App can be a little tricky, so please come see me if you need any help at all. U of I, Northern, University of Iowa, the University of California school system, and some other schools all have what's called a self-reported academic record as part of their application. This means there is a section on the application where you will input all of your high school courses and grades. It should look identical to your transcript, which you can print off of the Home Access Center. If you need any help with this, please come see me. This section cannot have any. Colleges will often ask you to report your best GPA, whether that is weighted or unweighted. Your weighted GPA accounts for the extra points you receive when taking an honors or AP class. Your unweighted GPA is just your regular GPA. To determine which is better, look at your transcript and see which GPA gives you a better class rank. That one is your better GPA. If you have questions, see me or your counselor. As I said previously, all colleges will accept either the ACT or SAT. Some of the highly selective schools require what's called SAT subject tests. You will want to check these requirements on the college's websites early so you can plan accordingly for upcoming test dates. It is not too late to take another ACT if you feel you need to improve your score. There are tests on September 13th and October 25th. Many colleges have begun to de-emphasize the value and weight of standardized test scores in college admission. As a result, many colleges are now test optional, which means they do not require you to submit your score as part of their application. If you feel your score does not accurately represent you as a student, this might be a good option. For a list of schools that are test optional, go to fairtest.org, but always double check with the school about their test optional policies. If you need a letter of recommendation from your counselor, you must complete the academic resume and letter of recommendation questionnaire. They will not write a letter for you without both of these forms. You can find them in Student Services or on our website. Many colleges also have their own counselor form. Please print that and bring it to Student Services for your counselor to complete and submit. The Common App counselor form is done online after you have invited your counselor to be a recommender. Make sure you allow at least 10 days for your counselor to submit your letter of recommendation. Colleges prefer your teacher recommendations to be from junior year teachers of a core academic subject, which would be English, math, science, social studies, or language. Student Services does not process teacher recommendations. Ask your teacher in person if they would be willing to write you a letter. Then you can bring them a stamped and addressed envelope so they can easily send their letter in the mail when they are finished. Allow at least 2 weeks for them to complete your letter and make sure you let them know the deadline. At the end of the year, let your recommenders know your post-high school plans and don't forget to thank them. Some other pieces of the application might include interviews, art portfolios, auditions, or resumes. Interviews can only help, not hurt you in the process. If you are invited to take part in an interview, take advantage of the opportunity to meet with someone. If you would like some practice interviewing, set up a mock interview with me anytime. For auditions, make sure you are checking dates for when colleges come to the area or if and when they require you to audition on campus. More and more colleges are considering a student's demonstrated interest in the application process. This means that colleges track the number of times a student has contacted their representative by phone or email, seen their representative in person, visited campus, etc. This does not mean you should stalk your admissions counselor. They simply want to evaluate how interested you are in their school. Ways to show your interests are attending the college visits in the Tiger Cave, going to local college fairs, participating in interviews, or visiting campus and signing up for an official tour. Colleges want to hear directly from you, not your parents. This slide shows some of the important dates coming up. Tonight is the District College Night for seniors at Plainfield South. I know that the slide says 6:30 p.m., but it actually starts at 7 p.m. I hope to see many of you there. For the first time, our district is offering an essay writing workshop led by an admissions counselor from the University of Chicago. If you would like to attend, please email me to reserve your space. September 27th and October 7th are local college fairs where you'll have the chance to speak with many different college representatives. May 1st is the Universal Decision Day. This is the day by which you must commit to a college, but you have until then, so take your time making your final college choice. Again, I know this was a lot of information, but please refer back to this when you need reminders. I will be following up in your study halls by the end of this week to answer any questions you might have from this group guidance. Feel free to come see me in the Tiger Cave when it opens, or in my office in Student Services anytime. You can also email me with any questions you might have. Hope to see you all soon, and good luck with the application process.